Black Brothers Podcast, a Five Pillars of Mad Monolith production.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers, sisters, friends, and the foes out there, and welcome to another episode of the Blood Brothers Podcast with your host, Dilly Hussain, and my occasional co-host,
Aki Hussain. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Listen, don't be throwing in these mad ones like occasional co-host. I'm a busy man. I've got commitments. I've got things I need to do. But
and I don't.
when I am, no, of course you do. But when I am available, I am fully committed, as I am today, and I'm very, very excited.
Okay, before we introduce today's very special guest.
Yeah.
Why do you happen to be available when it's just influencers and rappers? Or contact sport fighters?
I genuinely speaking, I think it's an absolute coincidence. What do you want me to say? I can't make up a story. It genuinely is a coincidence.
Anyway.
I'm available on weekends, and it's not my fault that I'm also available on the same days that influencers and athletes and other professionals are available.
Okay.
There you go.
Today's guest is someone... Today's guest is someone who's we're very excited to have on. The reason why that is I would describe them to be one of the guests who are perhaps the most closest to home in terms of various cultural reasons. Today's guest was well overdue.
Yes.
He is a legend within the social media scene, a legend, period.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
A comedian maverick.
Yeah, and every Bengali, at least in the UK and most definitely beyond, will definitely know this guest. He requires no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. And that is Ikramul Hoque Mia. Hoque na Mia.
Subhanallah, apne ekta koite bhai bhai.
Hoque na Mia nani?
Hoque.
Hoque.
Ikramul.
Ikramul Hoque.
Ikramul Hoque.
His full name, you know.
Full name. And that's our brother Ikramul Hoque, aka Iksy. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thank you, brothers. Hello, everybody.
Iksy, aap kaise hain? It's nice to have you on. So boy bye.
Habib, वो भी लोग ठीक है. तो नहीं blood brothers कर सकता हो?
Rohtor bayain. So I'm the khoisnam I podcast age I'm the chesta khumi asta podcast I'm the Sylheti tam matmu. Asne far bayni.
We can try. Yes. I mean, actually is born British. So.
Do you think we can do that? It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard, and I think it's going to be very exposing. So,
and then
I'd highly advise that we don't do that for the sake of having a good podcast.
And the most, how much are you going to charge us to subtitle it all afterwards as well? Hour and a half podcast. Okay, that's a no.
Well, just that look alone means I have to first understand what you're saying in order to do subtitles.
Yeah, that sounds like a M Hancho chunks rate that is to just subtitling our video. But anyway, it was wonderful having you on, my brother.
No, thank you, brother. Thank you for having me as well.
Jazakallah khair. And we've been following your content for some time, right? And me and Aki are sometimes conflicted, right?
Yeah.
So Aki finds you really, really funny. Okay. I find you periodically funny. So there's only certain sketches of yours that I really find funny, like the one you do with the mullah and the one you do like the three wolves story. Yeah, those ones are jokes. Yeah, and there's others where I'm just like, yeah, come on, Ix, man, like, well, go on. Whereas Aki here follows your work far more attentively.
I am a fan.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Well, I'm getting there, innit?
Oh, you can catch up one day.
Well, he's a bit of a boring character, isn't it? So you can't force people to have humor if it's not there in the first place.
Listen, just give it a rest. Ask the warm-up questions, bro.
Lovely. So, the warm-up question, my brother Iksy, yeah? Are you ready?
I am ready, steady, go.
Okay, then I will try my best to make something easy for you.
Yeah, you are like his one experience things, isn't it?
Oh, is this what's going to happen on podcast? No.
We want me, bro. You see, like, I can hear it coming out from his mouth.
Okay.
So it triggers me. Like, yeah, I have to say something back.
No. We want a serious...
It's like what I said about my brother. I can't speak no English with him anymore.
We've got Iksy's brother here in the house as well.
Love to brother Madge.
Love, big up to Mav. There's no cameras pointing at him, but he's here. He's with us in person.
It's present.
I'm going to test your capacity to answer some of these questions in short notice.
Boy, stop it, man. Be serious.
Okay, in terms of language.
Yes.
Sylheti or Shuddho?
Sylheti.
Bang. Countries to visit. A choice between Pakistan or India. What country would it be?
Pakistan.
Okay. Languages. They're very similar, but if you had to make a choice between two languages, Hindi or Urdu?
Same thing, man. Come on.
And you are fluent in both.
I can speak.
Henna?
Yeah. Abhi wo bhi theek hai.
Okay. Curries, yeah? A chicken curry or a lamb curry?
Lamb.
Standard.
Chili now. Spice. Khasa moris na naga moris?
Naga.
Naga. Really? You're going to go straight for it?
Hold on.
straight.
You're telling me you'd have naga moris with bata curry, then khasa moris?
I don't. I'm a Khasa Maurice is a Naga Maurice.
That you just roll standard with
Yeah,
naga,
straight,
yeah?
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So we need
Like,
to
that's how they do. No matter what I'm eating with rice, I have a Naga there.
okay, I need you to think about what you're gonna do afterwards now, yeah?
No.
Otherwise it's gonna be a joke thing. We're about to give him Diet Coke.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. Carry on.
This is what we're gonna pull out with, yeah? Okay. Shadkhora or Ada Zamir? Ada Lembu?
What's Ada Limbo, like green one?
Do you remember? I knew this was gonna happen. I asked my mom and dad, "What is the name of Ada Zamir, Ada Lembu?" It's like Shadkhora's other version.
Like lime.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
lime.
not,
like
it's like another version of
I'll say Shatkhora, bro.
because
Like, I call it Hathkhora though.
yeah. To be fair, we call it Hadkhora as well. I didn't know. I was on the fence there. I didn't know which one.
You have to be professional.
Professional, yeah. The professional person. I didn't know whether to keep the S or drop it.
Is it Hutki or Shutki?
Okay.
Come on.
Do you
now.
know there's some cities that call
Yeah, they say with the little F in the beginning.
the
for some
F
reason. I
one?
don't
It's
know
like
why.
Kitaba.
Yeah, that's
Man, you
yeah.
tell it that-
You need to relax on that
I know
one.
it does like that.
Elisha Mas or Gual Mas?
Elisha.
Yeah. Okay. Alu Bazi, Naderish Bazi.
Alubazi.
Okay. He's basically picking all the ones that we'd pick, to be honest. Although I'm a big fan of Derish Bazi. Carom board or Ludo?
Carom board.
Okay. Sick one. Longi na shalwar.
As better.
Gumai Bardai.
Longi, man. Shalwar.
Longi.
It's the bloody Kameez things.
No, but you are the multicultural person from the South Asian person.
Shalwar, do you I'm a Longi alada aram. So it's
Okay, let me ask you something.
yeah.
If you're wearing a lungi and you get into some arms house, some beef, or someone's outside you, how are you gonna run in a lungi?
You can hunt it, innit?
Nah, that's long, man. That's dangerous. as well.
Nah, you know, I can do it so, if you're used to it, you can do it so quickly, bro.
What? Run like this?
Nah, basically what you do, yeah,
Wrap the tig up.
yeah, you grab it and then you take it to the back and you slot it in, so it's like shorts.
Raw.
Legit, I
You're ready for
swear.
kabaddi then, innit?
Yeah, so that's how I swim in it as
didn't
well
know.
back home.
Wow.
Did you know kabaddi is the national sport of Bangladesh?
Yeah, I found that the other day. It's mad.
Did you know that?
Kabaddi is the way?
The national sport of Bangladesh.
Oh,
Yeah, they play that proper.
But I didn't know that. I thought it was cricket.
Have you played kabaddi before?
I don't think you have.
That's a joke, Swan. That is.
that looks too painful, bro.
Okay. If you were chilling in Bangladesh in terms of activity, something to do to spend time and chill, would you rather do a Nauka race or Masmara?
Masmara.
Okay. Okay, so if you were to have children that you were going to marry off, looking for a prospective bride for your son or prospective groom for your daughter,
Or maybe Bobby number 2. I don't know.
or you know,
This
this one is a controversial one.
Yes.
This one, you don't have the capacity to answer.
I'm just
this.
saying, you can't rule it out.
Okay. And you were looking for background of the prospective bride or groom
For your child.
for your child. Would you want them to be from, if you had a choice, Biani Bazar or Jagannathpur?
Jagannathpur.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Jagannathpur.
Come
Come
on,
on, you know, in Bedford, majority of the Jagannathpur are the majority, and they come from a place called Gwalkot. Heard of Gwalkot?
Yeah.
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 Similar ends?
That's somewhere else, isn't it?
Jagannathpur is massive.
Because yeah, Jagannathpur is humongous.
Yeah.
But in Bedford, most of the people are from, well, some of the bigger families are from Gwalkot.
Amra for sikitat Luthorpur.
Acha. Okay, no, okay, then since you're from
Yeah, but
Jagannathpur.
nothing against Biani Bazar and that.
Obviously.
I love for them, but
Yeah, love.
Okay, fine. Biani Bazar,
eh,
Namol Bazar.
I don't mind. It's the same thing in it, so it's not difference.
How's it the same thing? The malls apart, bruv.
I know, but for me, it's like I wouldn't see like I'll be like I don't mind. You get it.
Guy's keeping his people happy.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
He's
It's good.
keeping it political.
It's
That's what it
important.
is.
Biani Bazar is a rose smile.
Last one, yeah?
This is a dangerous
You
one.
ready for this one, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a controversial one, but I know you're ready for this, yeah? Awami League or BNP? Otto Ahtigisanibla.
Not Jamati.
I'm Jamaat Islam.
Jamati. There we go, yeah.
Mashallah,
Okay,
mashallah.
okay.
That's some
I
interesting.
must say, brother, you passed in flying colours for this one.
Thank you.
Mashallah, there's some very interesting responses.
Yeah.
Right, Iksy, you know, staying on the fact that Bangladesh is a country which our parents come from.
Yeah.
It is a heritage and identity which we, all three of us, and many Bengalis, over 500,000 in the UK, proudly identify with. Yeah. How often do you visit Bangladesh?
We used to visit every 2 years, but after I got married, cut down a bit. Okay. But then I went recently. When was it? This year, February.
Do you, and do you think visiting Bangladesh is an important part of?
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. Like, what happened was because, like I said before, the year I got married, is every 2 years we used to go in it. Like literally every 2 years, I used to go and stay there for a while. So 2009, I stayed there for 9 months.
Wow,
Really?
That's why I picked up more of the culture.
Yeah.
I was like literally in a Genji and a Longi in the village, and I was helping them take the sacks to the factory and everything.
Proper like, local mode, yeah?
Yeah, proper.
That's sick.
But I'm only for 9 months because that's.
I was a naughty boy when I was.
Oh, okay, one of them ones.
Yeah.
Okay, acha, you got
This was like a rehabilitation.
So we went to the international school back home as well.
really.
Yeah.
What is that like?
That's even worse. They still listen to Tupac and stuff. They go, "Oh brother, you heard this song, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
You heard this one hit 'em up, yeah?
And there was a little gang in the school called the Bad Boys.
The bad boy.
The bad boys,
So,
straight
yeah.
up.
Yeah, the recruit.
Bro, listen to this, brother. Hail Mary is a really nice song. This
Yeah, I thought.
Do you still have family and a village home and stuff back home?
Yeah, I thought we got.
Now you know there is a growing generation of Bengalis in the UK who are kind of I wouldn't say they're doing this intentionally or knowingly, but they are kind of disconnecting with Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And the argument that they would have is that first and foremost, we don't really have as many relatives there as we once did. For example, in our body right now, our Dadi, may Allah have mercy on her, she passed away earlier on this year.
Yeah.
So when we now go back to my dad's body, it's only his Suto Sasa, his younger uncle. People are going to be like, what are these lot talking about? The viewers are going to be like, why are these lot talking
No,
random?
we're dropping some subtitles.
Yeah, we'll drop some subtitles, just don't worry, yeah? And for my mum's side, I've got 2 mamas there. So they say, look, if you've got family there, khair, visit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't have family there and you got a yard in a village, which is still a bit old school, and you still got cows and sheep running around, there's not really a thing for us to go back to. Would you appreciate that view, or would you still encourage people
But
to
to be
visit?
honest, the same thing. My dad's body, no one is locked up. No one's there because the family that my dad's got, they're in this country, and everyone else, like my daddy and dada, they passed away as well, like ages back. Like I never met my dada, but I met my daddy when I was small, so I've got little memories of her. But there's literally my dad's body. There's no one there, but it's like a sentimental thing. It's my dad's house. He grew up there.
Yeah.
So every time we go to Bangladesh, we go there to visit their graves because they're buried there as well. So it's always a must that no matter what we go, because it's like for us, it's like this is where our roots are, literally directly from. So I think it's important to go there every time.
And you know, when you've visited Bangladesh, you must have obviously, especially the earlier visits, you must have standard had the Londoni.
Yeah, to because they say I'm broad day.
Yeah.
But like me and my brother used to walk down the like the Sorokh.
Yeah.
And audience was like this look like yeah, think like stuff like that. But like I don't know the level. And
Do you still get that?
yeah, so even now when we go there, like you do get those 1 or 2 looks, but now when I went, just everyone knows me because of Iksy.
Yeah.
You're like top professional.
So airport, sorry. Airport on Baraisi in Sylhet. We waiting for our baggage to come.
Yeah.
Ikram bhai. So they'll show me a lot of love. So I'm like, yeah, and also bear in mind, I took my missus to Bangladesh, and the last time she went before that was like 23 years ago.
Wow.
So
Bobby Bengali.
yeah.
So imagine everything was different after.
Yeah, so obviously my head is okay. About brought to Bangladesh, so I need to be on point because she's not going to be used to all these people coming up and stuff. In general, like you know when you go there and like obviously you know how it's all open to everyone.
Yeah.
And the heat and everything else. So my worry was there, but they're really like they were taking pictures and that to show me love. But everywhere I was going, people obviously recognizing who I am. So this time around, it was different to what I usually.
But you're not bigger than Hero Alam.
Hero Alam.
Kitawa Hero Alam zano na?
Hero Alam.
Hero.
Are you playing with us?
Hero Alam Sindran ni.
No.
Man, do you know who Hero Alam is?
Cricketer ni.
Cricketer.
Hero Alam ulamda deshor Amitabh Bachchan kita zano afne.
Have you got a picture of him? If I see a face, then I want to know.
Yeah, you definitely.
I don't know names like that, man. I'm talking about Khaled Azia Taradar.
Oh, Khalid, that's actually the people that we really need to know. Okay,
Hero Alam.
so this is Hero Alam. He's a very famous actor / singer.
Probably the only actor.
Oh yeah. No, I know. I've seen
This one's a superstar. This one.
I didn't know his name, Allah, but I know him.
You hear that, Hero? He didn't even hear about you. Coming to your
You are
turf,
a
but he didn't hear about you. Bro.
Big hero.
Yeah, big hero. Hero number 1.
So obviously, the visits to Bangladesh, this is something that you're planning to do as long as you live and you.
Yeah, no, 100%. Continue. So like I said, my wife didn't go for 23 years. She don't remember the last time she went before that, and taking her was obviously a big step. Especially because I was thinking she's either gonna like it or hate it. But I took her and she loved it so much that she wants to go again.
Alhamdulillah.
Because obviously she's got family there as well. Like she's got her grandparents there, and then my family obviously they showed a lot of love as well. So then she probably enjoyed her time there, and she's like where she would like definitely go again.
And how long were you for that visit? How long were you there for?
No, not for long. I was like just there for the shortest time I've been there. I think just a week.
Really? You went Bangladesh for a week?
Because you know what it is my parents were already there. Her parents went as well.
Okay.
So if I chance for time like, I might as well go because I wanted to go see. I still got my nanny, so I thought now's the best time to go because obviously, even though we were married like a year or 2 back, they still haven't like met my wife. Do you get
Okay.
it? So I like to go and see my nanny. Let me go and show
Nah,
my wife
good
to my
move.
nanny. So get slummy.
Mashallah, this is from my understanding, this is the first interview podcast you've ever done, and mashallah, Bobby's had bare shout outs already.
Yeah.
Like, did you like
You're gonna have like about 10 different
Curries when you
strands of naga lined up.
Oh, that's fine. How long did it take you to get used to the hot weather, the mosquitoes, the looks, the Are You Londony, before people knew who Iksy was? Because that is a culture shock. You know, when people got, do you remember when we went in year 6?
Yeah, it's
When I was
mad.
younger? For us, it's like, raw, it's so hot. Mosquitoes are rinsing us. Electric's coming and going.
Yeah.
People are looking at us bare booky.
Yeah, it was
right?
mad.
And so that was a shock for us.
Yeah.
When did you experience that? Everyone experienced it. When did you experience it?
Because every time we used to go, it was summertime, like proper hot time. As in, it's as soon as you come out that
seething.
as soon as you come out that plane, it hits your face.
Yeah.
So obviously in the beginning, obviously it used to be hard, like especially when the electric used to go. When we was there for that like year, 2009 or was it 2010?
When was it?
It's one of those years, 2009 or 10. But we was there for the year, and that's when we got used to it all, as in like weather and stuff. But this time around, when I went, electric talk, what is that? Nah, like literally stays there.
It's different now, isn't it?
It's not like a thing where before it used to go like
For hours.
Hours, yeah. Especially at night when you need it the most because of the fan and stuff.
Yeah.
Would you encourage young Bengalis, British Bengalis, to visit Bangladesh?
Yeah, 100%, man.
Even if they may not have as many family members or any family members, is it something that you'd encourage?
Yeah, it's not
them
even
to?
like just to see family members. It's like that's where you're from. Like originally you're
connect
from.
with
You
your
get it?
culture.
Yeah, nah, man. Because you will never know unless you go. Like if you haven't gone yet, my advice would be go. Like because it's not even a thing where a lot of people have like a mentality that nah, there's nothing to do there. But when I was there for the year, bro. This is the most stress free I've been. Like when I go back home, all my stress goes. I just like to chill there.
You sound like Bai, like our older brother.
You got a lot of stress, bro.
Even the stress, man. The general, like you know
He
when
does stress.
London not stress. Wow,
Watch out,
actually.
London
Yeah, man. London.
This man's from capital.
Yeah, man. It's bloody is
He's
government.
a big businessman.
How many phones do you take back with you for relatives? Do you have phone requests? Like, give us
Nah,
this
I'm using
one.
my phone listener, like to give to anyone.
You're bare raw, innit?
They just want selfies when he goes, innit?
But we did take a lot of cash though.
Yeah.
So we had to give a lot of cash out.
You know, inshallah, when you have children, inshallah, will Bengali be speaking at home?
Yeah, so I've always said that as well. Like, if I was to have kids, inshallah, my child needs to know Bengali first, like the way I did. Like, not in a way where I got like a backward mentality where because I'm really close to my roots, like, and I want to obviously take it forward as well. Like, I feel like a lot of the culture stuff that we experience is dying. Like,
Spot on.
in general, like how we've been raised, even though times have changed now,
Yeah.
but there's certain stuff where we're like, nah, man, you need to keep the legacy going.
no,
Do you
no,
get it?
you're right.
I mean, when was it? 2 days ago, I spoke about like, if I was to have a kid, I'm going to continue the legacy. I want you to be a doctor. Like, let me go get that. Do you get it?
Well, what if inshallah you have a son, but I want to become an influencer?
I'm also, listen, okay? I done it.
I can give you one attention, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to listen. Don't be my competition. Now, but obviously, if it's something like that, well, obviously, I would, whatever they want to do, I would obviously help them towards it, but
What if they
Yeah,
become,
man.
what if they become a drill rapper?
nah, I tell them, they shot at him one time.
Why? Okay.
Yeah. Mom, come, let's go and see your family back home. Passport clear, gone.
I asked you this question because I'm starting to increasingly see, even within our own circles, where Bengali as a spoken language is dying out.
Yeah.
Or it's Tera Mera Bangla. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like yours, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Nah,
like
his
mine.
Bengali is right though. I've heard it.
Oh, it's alright. What are
Yeah,
you
I think it's
talking
alright.
about?
Yeah. I've heard worse, bro. I swear.
Iksy's going on like he's some rooted Bengali. The guy didn't want to do the podcast in Sylheti, so I was willing to do that. Yeah.
I would have started stuttering if I keep it straight Sylheti. That's the thing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you don't mind me asking, obviously you're a new dad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
Alhamdulillah.
and,
Alhamdulillah.
and our beloved niece, my beloved niece is dual heritage.
Yes.
So what lingo is she going to speak?
Well, same as what Iksy said, man. Like, it's really important for me that our culture, mine and my wife's,
Which
is passed. She's Pakistani. Is passed on. Yeah, and it's really important. Like, even like look, she's gonna be one next week. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. We speak to her in Bengali. We speak to her in Punjabi, and she will pick it up, inshallah.
Yeah,
as long as we maintain
yeah,
that.
that's the thing.
Like when she
Is
when
that-
she starts walking, we say atta 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 atta
Yeah,
atta, and she
yeah,
says atta atta atta.
Yeah.
So she'll pick these things up.
How do you say in Punjabi? Like, ate, ate.
Aja aja.
Aja, aja.
Yeah, like if come.
okay, so what happens then? Because we speak, I'm assuming we speak to our spouses in English. Do you speak to Babi in Bengali?
I mix and match.
Hasaho, is it?
I swear, I mix and match. After English, Bangali, yeah.
Okay. It's English.
But my wife's got the mentality as well, but she wants, like, if we was to have a kid, she will want the kid to know Bengali.
That's sick then, alhamdulillah. But what ends up happening is that because the parents engage with one another in English.
That's the thing, because I'm not my buffet, like, they speak straight Bengali, they don't know a word of English.
Yeah.
So that's what we picked up,
Yeah, that's right.
Dad was like, he'd speak to us in Bengali, we respond in English.
Yeah.
But and everyone else made sure we spoke Bengali. Look, I personally think at a time where we're now third, fourth generation British Bengalis, British Asians, British Muslims of immigrant descent, I think it would be a catastrophic decision if we now stop visiting the places of our parents.
100%.
Whether it's Somalia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Bangladesh, wherever it may be, I feel that at a time where there is a big pressure on us to become more Gorafaidi, right? And become more assimilated, I think something even as insignificant as having Bat Tarkhari once a day is very important. What do you think?
Now that's true. Like, it's a figure that, like, to our parents especially, it's a big thing. Like, that's their house. Like, they was born there. You get it? So for us then not to go and visit the people and visit the houses, it's like, it's sentimental to them. So then it becomes sentimental to yourself.
No, spot on. No, absolutely, man. Those relationships need to be maintained.
Yeah.
For sure.
Moving on to the fact that obviously you've been in the game for some years now, and your reach and your tentacles of influence is growing by the day, mashallah. But the bulk of your content, the overwhelming majority of your content is comedic. Of various variations. It would be for anything from skits and sketches to parody songs and stuff like this. You know, when you started this off and it kind of blew up, right? What was the response from your family?
My family also, they've always
You're
supported
alive
me.
with you,
Yeah, they've always supported me, man. So like even now, like I get, like even my like Barar family as well, they'll ask me like, when's this coming out? When's that coming out? Do you get it? So obviously I'm like, one thing with me, bro, I'm lazy. Do you get it? Like the last time I dropped the video on YouTube was 1 year ago.
Why?
Time.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know how I do that.
You're on 88. You're supposed to be heading towards that 100,000.
I know, but that's me. If I was to stay consistent, obviously, I know it would have gone up, but I just become lazy. I do one, but they're like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's fine for now. Do you get it? But
but you're busy on Insta.
Yeah, because I'm more consistent on Instagram, but I'm getting like all my other projects ready to drop on YouTube now.
Is it because YouTube videos require more resources from an editing
and more time?
I think it requires more time.
Okay.
But what I've done now is I'm getting enough content ready.
Okay.
Where
in the pipeline.
Yeah, so where it's enough like more regular.
When you walked up to my house as you arrived today, immediately there was that voice came on. Even as Bant speech. So hello, how are you?
Mr. Marvin is alive.
Yeah. So I guess what I want to ask you is, have you faced scenarios where you have thought to yourself that because I've created this persona of Iksy, right, that people take you less seriously? They always expect a level of jokes and bants with you.
In the beginning, it was like, I ain't gonna lie, but people like I used to see people that say a joke. I'm like, good Lord. You know, why did the chicken cross the road? I don't, like it's not even like that where it's to say a joke, did you get it? Like even with my videos I do, I don't write it, I don't plan it. Like I'll be literally watching TV, watching an Indian film or something. That it will come to my head, and then I just grab my camera out and I'll do it. And if I can't do it in the first go, then I'll leave it.
You want to do second or third?
Yeah, because I feel like if it's not organic, then it don't work for me.
Okay.
Get it?
But in terms of, you know, when you visited the country up and down, you visited certain towns and cities, even outside of the UK.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt, if ever, that, you know, because of the persona I've created, people may take me less seriously, or have you not ever had an issue with that?
No, I never had an issue with that. But I know what you mean, where you think people might not take you seriously.
I guess what we're trying to say is that, look, the profile of Iksy is that your fans and the people, they're expecting content from you.
Yeah.
And when they're continuously getting stitches and they're laughing and they're waiting for you to release something new, when they see you, they associate you with that character.
I've had that. Yeah,
with that character.
Yeah,
so they think every time you open your mouth, it's going to be Mr. Barvey talking.
Yeah, no, like you know how when I came to you and then you automatically you said I've had that a lot of time, and I've responded back like that as well. Do you get it? Obviously, but there's been times where like a lot of people, they meet me and then they'll be like, oh, you're completely different to what you are online. Wow. As in, because I'm more. I feel like in real life I'm more quiet. Like in general, as in not quiet as in like Nira Isirai, but I'm not as
This is very interesting.
Yeah, so you're not like this constant high energy
because
comedian.
that's like a character to me. You get it?
Yeah, of course.
If I go to my mom, if like my mom's house, I'm an angel, bro.
Bruv, you know what the mad thing is? You're not the first influencer to have said that to us.
Yeah.
Every influencer that we spoke to, even rappers, they said that, you know, in real life, we're pretty calm people, man.
Yeah.
So does that mean that, how do you feel about switching on and off between that?
Bro, I don't know. For me, just if it's a camera, I'm on. The camera's off, I'm off. Like that.
Well, I understand it's paying you millions, so obviously you can switch
Nah,
off
what
on
you
and
mean,
off,
bro?
Deja, that is. Deja.
No,
Not
Deja.
Right, you know, when you do your comedy and stuff, right? Obviously, there's, you know, again, the bulk of it is directed at Bengali parodies. So you might chuck in a bit of Hindi and Urdu and a bit of Arabic there, yeah? But mainly it's like Bengali-based parody.
Yeah.
Do you have red lines in your comedy? Is there anything that you wouldn't joke about?
I wouldn't joke about anything that's related to religion.
Okay.
Any religion. Because obviously I feel like first it's disrespectful, and secondly because I'm close to my religion as well. Do you get it? So for me it's like, because it could cause any sort of it can even like you might mean it in an innocent way, but it will always be offensive to someone. So I try and do it in a way where it's not you don't offend anyone.
Would you be of the position that to joke about, so for example, you know, there's many Muslim comedians out there who are trying to make a name for themselves literally off the back of religious stereotypes, be it the niqab, be it the hijab, be it circumcision, be it halal meat, be it men marrying multiple wives, the whole kind of Muslims are terrorists kind of thing. There are literally Muslim comedians out there that are building a career on the back of racial and Islamophobic stereotypes, right? Is this something that has ever passed your mind? Have you ever felt tempted to do this?
No. So I've always my ones have always been culture, like religion. I've never thought about doing any comedy
to do with religion.
Even though if it's like, obviously there's some people that do it and it's good because it gives the people who think of like Muslims in a bad way, it gives them a different like perspective of us. So
I mean, I agree if that is their intention. What I have found with other certain Muslim communities, we're not going to mention our names here, is that they're literally taking the biscuit out of sacred things.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've seen that as well.
And that, I'll be quite frank with you, but I think you speak to any alim, anyone with personal, they say this would be haram.
Absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, like if you're mocking the fact that, you know,
mocking worship,
rituals,
mocking things like fasting
or sunnah,
or the religion in general, or certain rules in our religion.
Like with me as well, like when I first started, this was back in when Instagram was first in and stuff. Obviously, I used to do a character of I used to act like a mum. I used to put like not even a hijab. I used to put like a normal scarf on, innit? But I don't know if you realize, but I fully stopped doing that. Yeah, because obviously I thought about it. And I thought just in case, because it can be looked at differently. Like people can be like, oh, you're trying to dress like a girl, or you're mocking some people won't see it as a normal scarf, they'll see it as a hijab. So then I just stopped doing it.
So did you ever get that feedback?
One or two times, a few times I still, where people would have mentioned, oh bro, like we like your stuff, but I think
reconsider this,
reconsider this. And I did like consider it. Do you get it? I thought, okay, I'm just gonna keep away from that, just so it keeps everyone else happy. Do you get it?
No, I think I think it's definitely safe. You know, but when you said the red line is Islam or religion, or basically all religions, seriously, at a time we're living in a society where religion is number one to go after in terms of jokes and banter.
Yeah, it's literally the easiest card to play is to take the piss out of a religion, any religion. No,
he said peace.
Okay. Yeah, I said to take the peace out of a situation.
Okay. So what do you then do when culture overlaps with religion? For example, what's this Mullah Sahab, when he's doing the stories? Which stories does he do?
Oh, the best one is the Goldilocks. It's the 3 little haram pigs.
Goldilocks and 3 bears.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And the haram pigs. This is
so that's navigated quite well. Right, so you're playing like what appears to be a Mullah Sahab, a Mia Sahab, who's telling the kids a story, and you're dropping the little haram pigs and stuff like that. So do you ever have to sometimes balance between, okay, cool, this is funny culture, but it can delve into
it? So that's like that character. But originally, obviously, even that hat away, it started in Ramadan that just went past. So you know when they do the fundraising.
Yeah.
So I thought of an idea like that, and I thought, okay, let me try and do where like little situations that happen during fundraising. So. Like the first one I done was where my daughter holds the phone, but my wife goes, she don't know I'm in the studio. So it's like little mix and matches like that, innit? Because obviously a lot of funny stuff that's happening that when they do the donations.
They're the best ones. This one, deep breathing.
Yeah, so that what I done was after that, I thought, let me switch up and then make it into where he got a job in a school. So I make that into like a character, Mr. Bobby, innit?
Yeah,
so
Mr. Bobby's the one, man.
So let me just
Mr. Bobby kills
put him in a school. But then I started doing like the Arabic stuff.
Yeah, that was wicked.
Like
That
the
was
bully.
wicked.
Yeah, so I started doing that, innit? And then the
Yes, I know
Pakistani
Arabic.
stuff.
I know Arabic. Kahala.
The hat actually originally came from Mr. Khan. The Mr. Khan stuff I do.
The Citizen Khan.
Yeah, no, you know when I do the Khan white?
Yeah, Khan white, yeah.
It actually came from that. The hat. You know what the hat is? It's not even a mosque hat.
It's a Jinnah hat.
No, man, it was in my wedding turban, bruv.
That's that?
Yeah.
Oh, the built around it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was in my. That was like they made my wedding turban around that
Hat.
Yeah. So I mean,
There you go, bro. And then Mr. Bobby was born.
Yeah, then he was born.
You know, you said, you admitted just a little while ago that, you're lazy sometimes, hence why videos haven't come up on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you're in a particular vibe there and then, you'll shoot something for the first time, you won't do it. Has this expectation of delivering content ever got stressful for you?
There has been times where, like during Ramadan, obviously lockdown and that happened as well, and like because I was getting ideas, I became like more consistent. So I was dropping like a video every day.
Yeah.
Obviously, then that was pushing the numbers like a lot higher than what it usually is, and then it became pressure. It was like I thought like I started something, and I thought because people used to always ask me, when's the next one? When's the next one? That Mr. Barbie stuff.
Yeah, you set an expectation now.
Yeah, so when I said, because I started uploading regular, like every 2 days, but I done like a good 10, 15 videos, I think. And then it became, wait, I need to think of another one now. But with me, when I start thinking of an idea, my head goes blank.
No, you need to come to you naturally, yeah?
Yeah, so I need to be just sitting down, it just comes to me and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this one today. And then when you pressure yourself, it just changes everything. You feel like you have to go out your way now and do a video now.
Because the thing is, influencers, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube, right? But they're both kind of interlinked now because they use each other to plug each other.
Yeah.
But this whole kind of like, because let's be honest about it, if Iksy stopped making videos and sketches, you become irrelevant.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Fine, people will remember that there was once a British Bengali influencer called Iksy, and he produces content. But literally, once you stop producing content, people start disengaging.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So has that pressure ever kind of mounted to you? I'm like, oh man, I really don't want to do something today, but I'm gonna have to because this is the kind of environment.
This is what the people,
this is what
people want.
Yeah, now even like with me, like it's never got to a stage where I'm thinking, I can't be asked, but I need to do one today. It's always I can't be asked.
It's just always I can't be asked.
It's like, nah, I'm scared. Like, I'm not bothered. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
But then one day I'll be okay. Yeah, I'll be like outside and I'll think of something, and then just in case I forget what the idea was in my head, I'll just quickly write it down on my phone. So then when I'm home, I remember it, and then I do it.
Nah, alhamdulillah, man. That's quite a big admission there,
Yeah,
man.
there'll always be a moment, even if you have your periods where you can't be bothered.
Sometimes
there'll always be a moment where, like, you know what, I'm on it for this one.
Yeah, because sometimes after and it's so randomly, it comes to your head, and you be like, oh, that's actually a good idea.
It's because you are one creative genius.
It's creativity. What can I say to what?
I think it's very exciting for your next one.
Look at this.
He's gonna handle himself, isn't it?
I was getting excited when Mr. Barbie is in front of me. I want to start connecting the culture.
Does Maj listen to you? You tell him off, does he listen to you?
Yeah, every time, bro.
I listen to you.
And
But a lot of people think he's older than me.
You know what's happening with what's the age difference between Maj?
Couple years, isn't it?
2 years.
It's 3 years.
3 years.
Have you even not found that when you become really friendly with your younger brother, that the lines of blood, lines of respect becomes blurred?
It becomes more of a friendship.
Yeah. You can't even slap
But I
him.
agree with that. Yeah.
So that's not true, man.
What?
Now, but with us, the thing about us is that even I got another younger brother.
We have another.
He's like 2 years difference as well, isn't it? Too.
Oh god, so there's 3 of you that are similar.
Yeah, but we've like we all of us is like a friendship. You get it?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's in a way, obviously, it's better like that as well because you're comfortable with your siblings.
He's a good brother. He's
like, you know, I get like this. There's that people where
so you're not
bro, why you get it? Stuff like that. But
but come on, there is a thing where like there are certain times where they do take liberties.
Yeah, there's a
What's
limit.
going on now? What's happened to this podcast?
There's a limit.
No, we're talking about Bengali culture, right? And Bengali culture is that boroba. There should be a boundary there.
Imagine these are just venting about the younger brothers and that.
It's true though. I mean,
Man's got the biggest beard here. All of us here.
no. What I guess what I'm saying is that yes, naturally you'd be much closer with your siblings if there's an age gap. But still, sometimes as an older brother, you want that kind of like, hey,
yeah. But that, with me, because when I was growing up, like I didn't even have that because I had 3 older sisters. I got 3 older sisters.
We had 3 older sisters.
They had, when we was young, I feel like they had more authority than us. You get it? Where
Sounds just like our setup.
So what? You 3 and 3?
Nah, we got 4. I got 4 sisters and 3 brothers, including myself.
Yeah, so we're 3 and 3.
I got the 4th sister's the youngest, basically.
No. Most of the beats I got was for my sisters.
I don't think I got beats from my sisters. Actually, no, I used to fight with my sisters. That's the thing.
Oh, no, you're mad.
For that war.
Yeah.
I remember I got scratched up, bro. I had like tiger scratches on my back.
Tiger scratches.
Yeah.
Right, listen, bringing this podcast to a close. What's the end goal, man? Where does Iksy see himself in a couple of years' time? I know it's a very cliche question, but when is it where it's like I've done what I had to achieve? What is that end goal?
You know me, bro. Like my goal is like I started off trying to push the culture out there, and I'm still not gonna stop until our culture hits the mainstream.
Okay.
So my thing is a lot of people. They start basically trying to get the culture out there, and then it's like the culture side goes because the mainstream will take it.
But you know what happens? I know what you're saying, but you know the mainstream when they do eventually think, you know what, we're going to have a show or a program or we're going to have some type of something on one of the mainstream channels that has either an actor or a subject or a theme.
Even then, it's what they've deemed palatable.
No, but it's like it's like EastEnders, for example, never Bengali family there, It's always like
and the heart of EastEnders is Bengali.
It's like they have like either Indian or Pakistani, most probably,
Yeah.
But Bangladeshi
no.
Like there's like in general as well. Like I'm not saying how to have a show, full on show in Sylheti mainstream because that don't make no sense. But it's like some sort of culture of like how Bengali culture
have representation.
Yeah, 100%, man.
But look, the reality is that first and foremost, most of the actors that play Muslim Asian roles are Indians. That's the first thing. In British films and dramas, whenever you see a Muslim character
or non-Asians that look Asian.
Now, obviously, when you say the culture, you're talking about Bengali culture, which is as old as the Indian and Pakistani culture and has been. However, you've had goodness gracious me. You've had Citizen Khan, which is distinctly Pakistani. It's a terrible thing, and other razor waste, man. I say that on camera. Putting that aside, So I guess what Aki's trying to ask is that even when that Bengali culture becomes mainstream, it will only be part.
It's basically not what you intended.
Not even I'm not in like is in little segments, as in like in general as a whole. Like my plan is to hit the mainstream.
So why do you think there is an absence of British Bangladeshis in the mainstream media?
You don't get pushed as much. Or actually, it does get pushed as much, but it don't get taken seriously.
You think so?
Yeah. But the thing is, but then it's down to you to go and make sure the right people see it. Because like I'm in contact with people from like that scene where I'm pushing, like they're listening to my stuff and they don't know what I'm saying, but they like the sound of it. That's good. Yeah, like them ones. They literally like the sound of it. You get it? Where
I have found, and this is just my honest opinion.
Do you give dishonest opinions as well?
No. Okay. My opinion is that what I've observed from being in the mainstream media scene from 2013 to now, it's about 7-8 years. I find that there is a preferential treatment towards Indians first and then Pakistanis, right? Now, an argument can be made. Just by the virtue of numbers, they are the largest group here, Not looking at Kashmiris, Punjabi, just as a group. Indians, quite frankly, the British way of life finds them to be easily accepted, right? Because many of them have assimilated. They have held onto certain cultural aspects, but they've assimilated, right? Bengalis, however, we have perhaps one of the most ingrained contribution to British fabric in the form of restaurants, in the form of many other industries that we contribute, but for some reason there does seem to be a lack of preferential treatment between Indians.
You know what the other thing I thought? No, bro, the main thing is, and it's actually sad, but Bengalis don't support Bengalis. The way
That seems to be a thing, you know.
The way
But Pakistani say that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Nah,
It seems
trust
to be-
me, I've seen that. Like, there's the way in the Pakistan, like, in that industry, yeah, Pakistanis they support each other, yeah. Indians they support each other, people like say black people.
You kind of black is politically correct.
The black community they support each other literally to the fullest. Bangali na yalla competition is.
Now you think that, Iksy?
Nah, bro, I've seen it with my eyes.
I said about Wiley, who got totally taken off all his platforms. Did you follow all that story? Yeah. Wiley, the rapper.
Oh yeah.
He said something about Jews controlling the world or something along those lines. It got deemed anti-Semitic, which of course, according to the laws of the UK, many would regard it as anti-Semitic. They locked off his YouTube, his Instagram, all his channels. Yeah. And he was doing stories saying that, look, no one, even though I consider myself to be the godfather of grime, no one's supporting me out here. And we've heard that from certain people that we've had on the show, that they have said it. They
have experienced a lack of support
from their own people.
Well, and their own people even putting up barriers actually for their growth.
And there's interest. So it does exist amongst the others.
But I know what you're saying, that largely speaking, you're saying that these
Even
communities,
like
that people back them.
Yeah, even in certain industries, like where say someone's doing, there's a new Bengali comedian or artist or someone, and they've come up and they're doing really good, and they're getting the right numbers, like they're getting good numbers, and they're just basically growing a lot. They won't pay attention to that person. They'll pay attention to another person they know. Push their stuff out, and while that guy's the one that's doing better than the other guy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where it should be a thing where this guy's come from nowhere and he's getting the right numbers, but they're going to another person instead.
I'll be honest with you, Ix. Yeah, I think insha and jealousy.
It's a big thing, bro.
It's a big thing, and I think it exists when it comes to success and fame and stuff like this. I think a lot of people naturally are gravitating towards, not wanting someone to succeed.
It's the haters.
It's like, I don't know if you look go on TikTok on that, bro.
No.
Every time I go on there, bro, the Bengalis, no one else, wallahi, no one else, no Pakistanis, no Indian, they're all fine. They will like doing it properly, yeah. Bengalis are grilling each other to the max, bro. They're saying the most disgusting words to each other. They don't even know each other. They're putting someone else that say you got a TikTok account, yeah. You're just doing your thing. You're not doing nothing else. You're just doing your own TikTok thing, yeah. I took your picture, I put it up, and I'm cussing you out, your family, your sisters, your mom, because just because they don't like what you're uploading.
Or they don't like the fact that you're
it doesn't
people like you.
It doesn't show
bro,
it.
it's nasty, bro. When I see it, it's like no one else is doing that, but Bengalis are grilling each other to the bone, bro.
I mean, let's be frank about it also. I mean, if a Bengali did it to a Pakistani did it to an Arab did it to a Turk, Turk did it to an African, it's not acceptable. Riba, backbiting towards fellow Muslims, it's the honor of your brother.
That's poisonous, man.
Yeah, that's poisonous. That shouldn't really be happening. Do you ever get DMs from practicing brothers or maybe even practicing sisters trying to reform you to perhaps give up the industry?
No.
No.
I used to, before when I used to wear the scarf and that, there used to be some brothers like, bro, trying to prevent from doing that, because obviously it could be seen as this. But that's about it. I don't like, even to this day, no one tells me like, oh.
That's good, man. Iksy's got some next privacy settings.
Yeah, he's got some.
I'm
going to be filtering the haters.
Yes, I filter them and get them out.
Oh, but anyway, look, at the end of the day, my brother, them things which you are doing, which is of benefit to our community.
Thank you, bro.
Inshallah, we hope that it's a success.
Inshallah.
I mean, and I hope that whatever goals that you have in this life, inshallah, that it is one which is pleasing to you and most importantly pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Ameen.
Inshallah.
It was an honor having you on.
It was great having you on.
But the podcast is not finished yet.
No.
There is one you do it much better.
When we are closing the podcast, we have one tradition.
Okay, what's this tradition?
This one tradition is something which is very close to our hearts.
What's it going to be?
And I don't know how to present this one to you first.
You say every single letter.
Is the impersonation good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yes, I am trying to be practicing every one night.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you.
So we have one tradition that we like to finish with our guest, special guest. Only any guest, but only the special guest. Actually, every guest. And we give the people three choices, really. And so here it is, my brother.
But I'm telling you right now what I'm going for. Do I get a choice?
Of course.
I'm going for the guava.
So there's three things, and this is the Blood Brothers podcast closing tradition.
Yeah.
And the three things are: we offer our guests an arm wrestle.
Yeah.
To have fun go with us.
Yeah.
Or to have nagamuris. Well, in the form of Mr. Naga.
Oh, Mr. Naga's calm, man. But I want to go for the fun and go.
Come on, my brother, let's do this.
That's someone behind his own, yeah?
Yeah, come on.
Then you just help yourself, man. This ain't really a thing.
Yalla. Let's get this party going, man.
You just help yourself, my brother.
Take the Bangla fan.
Bangla fan sunnai.
Soon Khalid Shaitam.
With the Hashiauni.
No, man, that's strong, bro.
Nah, that's not the one in it.
How did you do with the drought?
You got this Sri Lankan fan from somewhere.
Yeah.
Allah. From nowhere, after you
The
go.
Sri Lankans pattern through nicely.
Yeah,
But
man.
let me say something about the Sri Lankan pawn. It's so hench and it's so thick.
Yeah, it's like that big, bro.
It's like
that big.
and for Sena for some reason it stays for a while.
It's solid, isn't it? It's quite solid.
Acid pattern man up, yeah.
And it's quite nice.
I ain't gonna lie. I did go back into the trap. I was shutting pawn out for about a week.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, I was shutting-
bloody.
Big raise, man.
How much were you doing? He was doing like 10 pounds for 75 pounds, like, bro. I don't know why he was selling it.
You
for.
are,
75, yeah,
you are causing inflations.
Yeah. I was doing 4 for 20. I was doing 4 for 20.
Is that a good rate?
She sneaked up.
Do I shake hold
Don't
on?
worry, I mean,
Rip it
Yeah,
open,
standard,
rip it
standard.
open.
Well, how much were you doing? 10 for 75?
No, I was doing like
I was doing 4 for 20.
5 for like 50.
Do you know what would have been really sick if he was in the podcast?
5 for 50.
Innit? We could have had a Blood Brothers podcast.
Yeah, no, we'll do that inshallah in the future, man. Why not?
Imagine house. You know that
I've
go
got access to Bangla.
Okay.
Really?
The only one, like one of the only one that
You were the plug for the Bangla.
they had an uncle that came from there, Sylheti.
Yeah.
yeah, when I put that up on my story,
Yeah.
obviously we had to put a number up, yeah. But I'm going to look at the asking you, I'm not going to watch you. I'm like, nah, but 12 o'clock midnight, what the hell now? You have to wait for the next
It was
day.
But I was getting calls at 2 in the morning from locals, Sasien and brothers.
It's
Like,
trust
my mum
me.
seeing.
The assassin were going for withdrawal, I swear.
But it was hard.
Yeah, man.
I struggled with it. But khayram and food time, it's
Yeah,
not the same.
yeah.
That thing, the food's not digesting the cow.
Yeah, no. But when you have fun after food, it's
Yeah,
different.
it's after you eat, you need it.
You need that.
Now,
I found out the arkita to me.
it's, you know, some sweets.
Okay,
Some sweets, yeah.
Some
different.
Brothers and sisters, I hope,
Spider-Man can this dick.
There's one, the second dessert.
Yeah, it's like some type of, it's good.
It's one hot one.
brothers and sisters, friends and foes, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. For those various Bengali Sylheti words, we will try our utmost best to have them in subtitles, inshallah. We want to thank Iksy for taking the time to join us today. Like this video, share this video, leave a comment, leave a nice one for Iksy, you know what I mean? So you can encourage him to make more videos and that. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'll see you in the next episode. Real exciting one.
Blood Brothers Podcast. A 5 Pillars of Mad Monolith production.